Hello and welcome to today's video log where I'm going to share with you a menu from the previous week. I want to do this at least once each week, share with you one of the foods that I'm using to try to control my calorie intake and still have enjoyable and tasty meals. And this one's even quick because there are a couple of make-ahead tips that make it even easier to have on a weeknight when maybe you're kind of pressed for time. So this is going to be grilled chicken and peppers with penne pasta. Of course, cut up half a chicken breast here. The make-ahead tip for this was I grilled all the chicken at once earlier in the week so that I could cut it up and use it in individual dishes as I needed. I did the same thing with the pasta, boiled a big box of pasta early in the week, and then I just portion out what each individual meal calls for. And then since I had the grill going with the chicken, I decided I'd go ahead and grill some nice colorful bell peppers. That would give it a nice appetizing appeal. It'll be pretty, colorful, and plus it tastes great when you grill these peppers. So to get started, we'll just get the heat going here in this pan and get that a little heated around. So once it's nice and hot, go ahead and add a little no-cal non-stick cooking spray, and this is nice and easy right there. Okay, so just a little bit of that, and we start off by putting the pasta right in the pan there so we can start getting that heated up and cooked through. It's already cooked through, so all we got to do is heat this. Now it's going a little bit, we'll go ahead and add those chicken breasts there, the slices. Okay, and if you prefer cubes, you could cube this up. I kind of like the slices in there. Everything's kind of shaped the same way. You know, the rigatoni is nice and long, the chicken strips are nice and long, and then when you add the peppers, they're long too, and it just makes a nice balanced kind of look on the plate when you plate it up. So we're going to let that go for a minute there, and once we're ready to heat that up, once it's all done, we'll be able to add the peppers. I want to add the peppers last because they are kind of tender, and we don't want to cook them down to too mushy. So I like a little crisp mouthfeel with the peppers there. So I'm just going to put a couple of each of those in there. Make it nice and pretty and colorful. Throw an extra red one in there. And again, these were cooked up so that I could use them throughout the week in various dishes. And that way you can cook just as much as you need for an individual meal. Okay, so we're going to let that go a little bit. Let it heat all the way through. Get everything nice and warm. And we'll be ready to plate it up. Okay, all together this has been going about 5 minutes here. Everything's nice and hot. Getting a couple of scorch marks there on the skin of those peppers. That's how I know when they're done. Go ahead and turn off the heat from the burner there. And then we can plate that right up. Okay, put it right in that plate. And there you go. Nice, colorful dish. Nice and pretty, nice and hot. And it's full of flavor, ready for you to enjoy. A couple of things you could do differently there. Just before you take it out of the pan, add maybe a tablespoon of yogurt and have a nice creamy sauce to go on it. What I like to do is just finish it off with a nice pinch of Parmesan cheese. Put that right on top there. And this is used in real limited quantity, so won't be too many calories for you. So a nice pretty dish, pretty quick, and very tasty. So I'll post the recipe for this on the blog, so you can see it and maybe try it for yourself. And if you do, then I'd love to hear from you, hear what you thought. Okay. You know, if I continue to eat like this, I know I can get back to 185 pounds. I just gotta remember to stick to it and remember that it's one day at a time, 1 pound at a time. We'll see you tomorrow.